flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call.
Roxanne Tuskegee here.
Tim Sherman here. All right. There we go. All right, so, six ranks. NHES 2026, milfoil, sorry, approval of minutes.
We have a whole bunch. Yeah. I don't know, I was gonna text him and see if he wants.
All right. Let's see. Let's start off with the meeting minutes from January 5th. Everybody had a chance to review.
Those are the ones with corrections.
Those just have the updates, yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes from January 5th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Who seconded?
Okay.
Who seconded?
I did.
Bonnie. I wasn't here.
Did you turn the heat off, Jared?
It's either on or off. Those are our options. I think the auto is.
What was the next one there you got to?
We have the re-signing of the December 22nd meeting. Or December 22nd.
So that was just updates, right?
Yeah.
Or just signing? Oh,
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to go through all the Middleton Budget Committee Select Board meeting from the 29th, so I'd like to actually table this.
that's fine.
So,
What's the date on that?
December 29th.
Oh, okay. So I thought we had meetings since then.
On one of them, you gotta, yeah, on this one, you gotta re-sign the, Old Town Hall policy.
Oh.
Add it in here. And that's. Does it have the checklist with it too, though?
Yeah, he's got the whole thing. This,
You know, there was a checklist.
I thought we were signing this.
Yeah, that's what you gotta sign, but there's supposed to be a checklist with it too, that Bonnie had done.
We're just re-signing, this is, the original was misplaced.
Bonnie's,
Right there, re-sign Old Town Hall policy.
yeah, Bonnie has some, also made a checklist for that, so that after the, it's been rented, there's a checklist for whoever is going over it to look at and check off stuff as they go. So I'll make sure you guys have it. Nice, yeah.
You guys are. Is everybody here up here? So I was asking if everybody could hear.
No.
No. All right.
You guys can sit up in the front.
We asked months ago for microphones. Is there any updates on that?
Nope, not yet.
Can we make a motion tonight to buy some?
Yeah, I think
You can-
Jen is looking into.
I'm
doing
looking into a
some-
whole new system, so.
If you just so shut the blower off, we probably could.
All right. So,
Just take the top page.
Doesn't need to be signed, it doesn't need to be signed, it just needs to go with that.
Right.
Just needs to be okay.
Yeah.
You guys want to look at it?
so we don't want to turn the blower off right now? No. Okay.
I'll
And
see
you
you
all
out.
have to speak up.
When
And
we
you're
do
welcome
that.
to move forward as well, and I'll try to speak up, I know.
What do you want us to sit on top of you?
All right, guys, we're not going to do back and forth.
I can hear you, perfect.
All right, NHES 2026 milfoil grant documents. Alright, this document is 2026 municipal litigation, and signed by NTS. The grant, they must be completed, signed, and returned to NTS.
That needs to have the chair and vice chair signature.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm looking for a spot where the chair signs, only two vice chair.
Their own list. John wrote on.
Okay. Project Department by Ryan Services for the state. I notify NTS about the issues program scope of timing. Okay. Alright. It's your turn.
Bonnie, this will be the next one. No, that's the one that.
Alright. See, current application for tax credit. This is for map
It's an
14.
exemption
Yep.
that Robin's put forward because the assessing is recommending it.
Yep, map 14, lot 29. Alright, so our recommendation is to bring for service connected to total disability. So, also motion to accept it?
I'll make a motion that we accept the tax exemption credit.
One second.
In favor?
Aye.
Okay. thing is the BOS pay frequency. So my concern to that would be let's see, where is it? IRS, what's called it? It would be increasing us to a 22% flat rate for the stipend. Let's see, what's called that the treasurer cause some work for the treasurer, and when the pay would be, I guess, dispersed, because if we're going to be doing it once a year, then we'll be doing it in March, we'll be doing it in January.
I just threw it out there as a recommendation, is to say potentially the BOS can get paid once a year. Typical, my recommendation would be the first week in December. I understand.
Our elections are in March, which is.
I understand, however, someone might not stay for the full year. So what happens is, if someone didn't get reelected, they would get paid at that point in time, and then the rest, but I just put it out there as a suggestion.
Well,
That's
voice my concerns, so
Doesn't matter to me. I don't take a pay, so I don't care.
what does the rest of the board feel?
So it doesn't matter.
Well, then we'll let the
So
next
we'll
board,
keep it as
we'll
it
let the
is.
next board decide,
Perfect,
because we have a board coming up, we have an election coming up in March, so
perfect.
I think it's a good idea.
No decisions.
All right. Next thing we have is salary, stipend, employees, timesheets.
Is this just a carryover from last?
Yeah, it was something that I needed some clarification. Roxanne already clarified it for me, so.
What was clarification?
It was just for the salary employee, like how I was documenting my hours, because often I work well beyond the hours. I just didn't want to, I didn't know I can
Fair enough.
create confusion, so I just wanted to make sure that how I documented the 16 hours that I'm salary for, so I didn't turn it into a sheet of 37 hours a week and create confusion, so that was a clarification I needed.
Kim, I have a question for you about that too. Do you want the BOS members to also submit a timesheet?
It's however that was gonna be decided.
I would say that if we're requiring all employees, then it would be yes.
That would make sense.
Whoever is
That's why I'm
getting a paycheck would
Yeah.
need to fill out a timesheet, because that's required by, I think, the Department of Labor.
correct. Which is why I was asked to make sure that's what she was looking for. Okay. Emergency management.
Good evening. First review tonight. So just a couple quick updates. One, working with the chief to establish some objectives for the year. Once they're finalized, I'm sure they'll be shared with the board, right? Two, one of the primary things I'd like to do, working with the chief and the board, is to be able to put key kind of alerts and notifications and information on the fire department website and maybe on the town website, such as the super cold weather we're getting. So that's going to be one of the quick hit priorities. So people can see that, start preparing for it, and there's usually links for good information from the state and supporting agencies. So other than that, I don't think there's anything else you have.
I have an email for you.
Don't you email emails?
It's not from me, it's actually from Kim, so
Thank you.
you're welcome.
All right. Fire EMS.
Fire chief. So the month of December, we responded to 19 calls for service, 16 of those were EMS calls, 7 fire calls. Of that, 3 mutual aid responses to Durham for automatic responses. One of those was in transport. Members explored different options for a cardiac monitor replacement. Just cash repair everybody. The replacement cardiac monitor, the best price we know is around $57,000 for a cardiac monitor. Ours is reaching the end of service life without supporting anyone, so that's why we're exploring a replacement option. So we nailed it down to there's really only 2 options on the table that they make for any cardiac monitors. So we looked at both of those, we made a decision what direction we think we're going to the town for the members, something that started to hold monthly EMS trainings, along with our fire trainings starting in December. Something we've been working towards for a while, so it's something we'll continue to do, based off the continuing 8 hours of EMS need for those. The Lieutenant Brigadier and I explored some scheduling software. The system we have now is very clunky and challenging to work through it. And a couple of times we actually had some coverage gaps in our EMS coverage because of the software. We found a new option that we're just waiting on the pricing back. It's fairly cheap. I think it's like $600 a year. That will help solve all of those problems. Put us out of another software that we're paying for. So it'll probably be a wash, but we haven't got the exact pricing yet. I attended Seacoast Chiefs Mutual Fire Aid Association. I think I wrote it in here on that. It's a really long name. It's basically a group of fire departments in the Seacoast region of New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine, York County and Maine, that all kind of pool resources for management purposes and responses and things like that. But most importantly, for hazmat responses, which is something we're legally required to have contracted for the town. We, as far as I know, never actually have done that. So we're exploring options to become compliant with hazmat response. Our neighboring departments in Middleton and Farmington are both members of that organization. To the north, Carroll County is all Austin Valley Mutual Aid. New Durham is also at this meeting and looking to join that group as well. So we don't have pricing yet as to what it will cost us per year to be a member, but I'll have that hopefully soon. I don't know exactly, but essentially we had to go there and present who we are and why we need to be members of a mutual aid organization and why the organization will work for us. And for us, it's kind of our only option. So hopefully they're interested in having us. I'll be back with hopefully pricing next month, and then we can kind of go from there what the town wants to do. And then we've been planning some joint trainings with our mutual aid partners. We have a training next Tuesday night in Durham for ice rescue training. We'll be trying to work with our neighbors more in training so that when real emergencies happen, we're better prepared to take those.
So with that said, Jared, I don't know if you want to share, we talked about this, we received a letter from the Middleton Fire.
We did. So we received a letter from the fire chief in Middleton, basically affirming that they will no longer be billing for service for mutual aid purposes, which is something that they're not familiar with. I don't remember what year off the top of my head.
I don't
I
either.
think it was 22, maybe 21 or 22. There was based on the exceeding reliance on outside communities for mostly EMS response. Middleton started billing the town $2,000 ago.
No, it was
No,
like,
at first it was $500. Then it
And then it went
was
to
$750.
$750, sorry. So it was up to $750 a call. The Middleton was charging the town to come here mutually. Since I started, I think we've only had to pay one bill, and it was only my first week or two. And since then, we haven't had to rely on them whatsoever. We've only had 2 instances in the last year that we had no emails who were available. Both those calls were handled by Farmington, who doesn't bill us anyways. But there was 54 responses in 2024 from the Middleton Fire Department. That's why they were billing for service, because it was essentially not paid.
2023.
2023. So it was they looked at it as they were the primary ambulance service for the town. So that's what they started doing. Since then, that is no longer the case. They have to report that we handled all up to our own ambulance calls last year. So it's obviously a big improvement. They recognize that. They removed that. So now our mutual aid is a huge.
and actually, one other thing, the number 20, can we just move that up to address Jared now, because I know you're going to be talking. So this
You're making a
is,
motion to move that up?
yeah, I'll make a motion to move number 20 up after.
All right, everybody in favor?
Yeah.
Okay, then the agenda is amended. So now we're going to be talking about the withdrawal transfer ambulance revolving account.
Right, so we received a request from the fire chief to move $12,000 from the ambulance revolving fund account to the town operating account to reimburse for EMS per diem services.
Sure, we're going to keep that.
Absolutely. So the initial warrant article that established the EMS revolving account, if you guys aren't familiar with that, that's our ambulance primarily it's an insurance bill, they pay that bill, that goes into an account, a revolving account. And when that was put into place, it was, I don't have the wording with me, I apologize. I know Ross, you can get it for you in these questions. Essentially, those funds are to be used for EMS supplies, equipment, and personnel staffing. So, due to our budget constraints here, to be able to effectively staff the ambulance, utilizing is $15,000 or $12,000 of the funds. I wish I could give you the balance. Sorry, I'm a little unprepared for this one. I don't know.
Just kind of looking for a quick overview. So.
Yeah, so there's plenty of money in the account, for lack of better terms. So we're using that to supplement our budget, so we increase our EMS staffing this year, which is obviously as well as the ambulance on calls.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and expend the funds from the ambulance revolving account.
All second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, Highway Department.
For December 8th through January 19th, treated and filed 1 inch of storm on 12/10. Treat all district roads 12/11, 12/14, file and treat 2 inch storm. Treat all pavement and dirt roads 12/15. Replace sander light number 26. Replace spot switch number 22. Driveway permit access road. Wash and grease trucks and sanders. Treat all district roads 12/18. 1/9, treat all roads. That's the night of the rain with the ice. Put new spinner bearings on number 20, 22, 24. Put remote grease fittings. Plow and treat 6 inch storm, 12/23, 12/24. 12/29, freezing rain, treat all residential roads and plowed. Took new truck to Hilltop Chevy, transmission problems, warranty work covered. Treat all pavement 1/1. Fill resident sand pile. Replace cutting edge truck number 1 pickup truck. Plow and treat 2 inch storm 1/5 to 1/6. Driveway permit Pheasant Road. Fill resident pile 1/6. Pile and treat 2 inch storm 1/7. Replace spot chains number 22. 111. Treat freezing rain, dirt and main roads. Washed and greased trucks 113. 114. Driveway permit Pinkham Road. Did town report for the year. Changed cutting edge wing number 20. Put school sign back up. Put resident sand out. Treated all pavement black ice 115, 117 plow and treat 4 inch storm, 119 plow and treat 3 inch storm.
Okay. Any questions? All right, please.
First, police chief. For the month of December, we had 261 calls for service from Strafford County Dispatch. 43 of those resulted in an incident in some form or fashion for reporting purposes. We had 1 motor vehicle accident and 14 motor vehicle citation for warrant. We completed end-of-year documentation, per New Hampshire police standard requirements for reporting purposes for the department for the year. Worked on budget preparation, continued with budget preparations and meetings. We did a cruiser review and equipment inspection on all the cruisers. Went through every single cruiser and all the equipment in it, making sure that we, the upcoming year, that we had everything that we need. We cleaned out the shed. Officer Phelps, we continued with Officer Phelps' FPO process. She has been released from FPO and is now on solo status. So she'll be covering shifts here in town on a part-time basis. We worked on the axle body cameras. As you can see, we have them. Policies implemented, proposals, and everything is running at this point. We had to deal with said, we urge any residents with concerns to contact us. We'll take complaints, compliments, whatever, but
Another question for you, Chief.
yes.
The calls for service.
Yeah.
How do you track that?
That is actually run right through Strafford County. So I log into IMC.
Yeah.
And I put in the date range, I can run the time of Middleton, and it'll spit back how many calls for service.
Okay, so I guess that's where I'm kind of confused because your number seem a little bit higher than theirs. Strafford County. I was contacted them because I was trying to do a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
And for the month of December, they had 111. You have 261.
It's the same software, they run it the same as I do.
Okay. I just trying to figure out where the discrepancy is.
It's a main page at IMC, I put in the dates.
Yeah.
You know, December 31st to December 1st, December 31st. I click on the jurisdiction of Middleton, I hit F10, and it gives me a total.
Okay, good, because like I said, I've been just going through them, and like I said, there's been a little bit of difference between the two numbers. For example, you know, November you had 81 or 246, and they had 85. So I was just wondering if there was any way for us to
They have what? I mean, if you're
85.
more than welcome to come downstairs, we have to show you.
Oh yeah, no, I just was trying to figure out, so how we can resolve discrepancy.
Well, I'll contact the supervisor out of Strafford County tomorrow and find out where or how the discrepancies occur.
Have you? All right. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, do you answer? So my question is, do you log mileage every shift at the office or how many miles on that they out?
Not currently, no.
When we decide on that?
We're working on implementing a new tax sheet, which will, allow mileage, ultimately hold to accountable for checking all the equipment out every shift. The old tax sheet's not in that. It's in works, probably in the next couple weeks.
So then you know where the cross the street,
Yeah.
I watch.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yep.
and I will watch.
All right. Any more questions? No? All right.
The only thing is, Kim needs that back because that's the only copy there, Tim.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, no, I'm just saying,
I have no problem with that.
okay.
All right. Town clerk, tax collector. So town clerk, we had a total of $236,619.51. All right, that's that. All right. And then the treasurer. This is from the CEO, it looks like. All right, so for the CEO, he had 5 permits, collected $2,770.40. All right, those for residents. The following change occurred in RSA 72 to 35 tax credits. Oh, shit, okay. So that's the CEO was 5 permits, $2,770.40. All right, employee evaluations. I put this on there. I think that I haven't seen us do employee evaluations last year at all, and I was hoping that we could put that on the schedule this year. So that's all I got.
For department heads?
Yeah, those are our own employees. So. All right, veterans tax credit.
So, yeah, this is, Robin just wanted to let everybody know that, the veterans tax credit, there are gonna be 4, that's gonna be proposed on the warrant articles, we'll see those a little bit later tonight. And just to explain that you can't apply for 2 different, you can apply for like 2 different credits. What'll happen is the credit increase that we're doing for one is actually going to be more than if they were doing getting 2 together like previously. But we can discuss that when we get to the warrant articles.
Okay. Actually, I need to go back to the, please for a minute. I believe this is the letter we got in for Chief Ferguson.
Yes. Oh, we found it.
No, I knew I put it somewhere, that's
Sorry
why I
about
put it
that, I
here.
meant to actually bring this up when you were up here. We got a terrific letter from, well, it looks like it's from Nick, from the fire chief over in Middleton, but,
No, that's the letter.
well, that's okay. Well, yeah, trying to figure out how the,
I don't even know if you
It's
even
too
want to
late.
read her name.
so anyways, what's got Debbie Lundy Glenn was gonna send a letter thanking you for helping her. So, very nice letter, and we appreciate that. All right.
Yeah, we'll do a copy.
Next thing we have is the town meeting.
Yes, so, a couple of things. We need to vote on what the hours are going to be, not for the necessarily town meeting, sorry, but voting hours for the voting day, which is
Tenth, right?
March 10th. Typically, we do
You
7.
7, don't we?
Yeah, but we typically need to vote on that.
Well, no, I know we need to go by that, so.
Yeah, 7 to 7. So I'll make a motion that our voting hours will be 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on March 10th.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
The second item I have for town meeting is
14th, right?
the 14th. I'm going to recommend that we potentially bring legal because we have a tax cap in the way the
Absolutely.
tax cap was working this year is not the same as in prior years. If we go above the tax cap, my understanding from what I'm reading and I am talking to legal, is that everything, and once you go above the tax cap, any item after that needs to be voted on by paper vote, it's not.
Correct, and I believe what's they also made a change as to how it could be overwritten as well.
Yes,
So it would be a good idea.
so I will reach out to legal and ask them for their availability on that, on
Okay.
March 14th.
We have to vote on time for that?
Huh?
Do we have to vote on the time for that, the meeting?
I think it'd be a good idea, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so usually, let's see.
9 or 10?
Usually we start at 10, don't we? But
I'm
we
gonna
wanna
let
do
you
it
know what it's-
9?
That's what I thought.
Could be wrong.
oh, good lord. No, this says that's the voting. It says-
Well, we wanna make a recommendation for motion.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that the town meeting starts at 9
Done? Second?
and goes until it's finished.
Fine, you want to second that?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye. And the rec will be providing snacks and treats.
Coffee?
Coffee. Yes.
All right, budget.
Yeah, so,
I'll leave that from the.
take one, pass it along. Take one, pass it along. So, the budget committee met the other night, and to finish up going over the school, they finished that for what their recommendation is, and now they've moved on to the town. We have gone through the numbers preliminary, so we need to pass those over to the budget committee so they can pull together what their recommendation is, and they can have their public hearing. So I will note, what you have in front of you is basically the same thing. It's based off of the department heads numbers. I did make one update to the first page on 413078, which is the website. I decreased this to 550 because we paid out the website last year. And then I think maybe the only other update from what we had before was maybe on the welfare director salary, and I think we talked about that at the last meeting.
Yes, we did.
So,
Well, that's part of the reason why I want to make sure we have evaluations, because right now with, we doing proposed 3% increase for everybody, I think before we do that, we should, but I realize we're making it, the budget.
Yeah, we're putting it in the budget, it's not necessarily required that we,
Alright,
so so what I'm looking for is that we sign off on the final numbers and send over to.
so it looks like the one you're proposing is 6,000 less than the one we talked about budget meeting, or was that the budget meeting, which was originally $2,159,638.92, and you're looking at $2,153,487.83.
Yes.
Which essentially would be 11% change from last year. So,
Well,
Right.
that's the operating budget would be a change.
right.
Just wanna make sure that's operating budget, because then there's the warrant articles.
Yep.
And anything we take from unassigned.
So, we'd like to make a motion to forward that to the budget committee, or to accept that.
I just wanna check one more thing and then I will let somebody make the motion. So say what the key drivers are in the increase for this is the insurance
Insurance, yeah.
and,
Garbage.
garbage.
Yep.
So, yeah. Those are the primary driving factors.
Correct, garbage this year was a 52% increase. Yeah, 52.6. Okay.
So.
Make a motion to accept.
So this is the number. So motion to accept $2,153,487.83.
You have a second?
I'll second that.
In favor?
Alright.
Alright. Any
So,
opposed? Nope.
so now we need to go through the warrant articles. So the first one's highlighted in yellow. I threw it on there. I don't know, it's up to the board if they so choose to move forward with it. I know it's been discussed or talked about by.
When are these, when do we have to have these posted by?
These, they have to go to the
Public
budget
hearing.
committee, and then once the budget committee
Alright, because my
finalizes it,
concern
then,
is I haven't had a chance to review all these, so.
when is your meeting? So we can review them next, you can review them this week and come back to next week's meeting, because I think, when is your meeting, Bonnie? February 13th?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then we'll see that.
Right,
So
so
we'll
just,
table them until next week.
right, so high level, just as I say, most of them are all repeats from prior year. You know, the raised by taxation ones are, and then there are some unassigned fund ones in there. There are 4 veterans tax credits, and there is one for putting some property into town forest.
It's February 11th.
So
Yeah,
meeting
we
next
have
week,
plenty of
time. Okay?
Alright, so we'll table them until next week. Thank you. Recreation events.
Okay, so the rec committee had a meeting the other night and we cleaned our events for the year. So we're just looking for approval from the board. We'd like to do a harvest sweetheart pancake breakfast on February 15th. We're planning on doing snacks at town meeting.
Everybody here?
Candy bar bingo at, I'm sorry, I'm scratching throat. Candy bar bingo on June 5th. Happy 250th birthday America on July 11th. Yes, that's America, not our town. So 2.5 years for our town. Old Home Celebration, which will be 248 years old this year. That's on August 21st. Halloween, I'm not sure what we're doing yet exactly. That'll be October 24th. And then at the elementary school, we will be doing on April 11th, we'll be doing a flashlight day hunt. On May 16th, we'll be doing a craft fair. On June 28th, we'll be doing a penny sales. On November 7th, we'll be doing another craft fair. And on December 12th, we'll be doing a town Christmas party. So we have a
You're gonna
busy
do
year.
an egg hunt after Easter this year?
Yeah, we found if we put it too close to actually when Easter is, that we don't get a good turnout.
Okay.
So this way, kids get to go and do stuff other places, and then they come to ours, and we get a much better turnout. We've had like almost 100 kids at ours, so we like to keep that going.
Do you have a motion to accept these events?
You don't need to, you're a third party
Yeah.
committee. Do what you
Well,
want.
That's kind of what I thought,
As
so.
long as it's available.
We were just told a while back that.
Sure, you want our blessing?
Yes,
I'll make a motion to accept the reference events.
thank you.
I'll second. In favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Bonnie, is that you?
No.
All right. POS comments?
I do have two things. So we are, I believe, there are openings on both, well, actually, there's openings on the Budget Committee, Planning Board, and ZBA. Budget Committee is the only committee, other than the Board of Selectmen, that are elected, and the, starts tomorrow, I believe, or maybe it's
Yep.
tomorrow for the
Starts
opening to
tomorrow
file.
until the 30th, 31st.
File for candidacy, so it goes from tomorrow up through next Friday. So if you want to fill a position on either on the Budget Committee or the POS, because there are two positions open.
And the town clerk will be open late on Friday.
Yeah, 3 to 5.
3 to 5?
3 to 5, yeah.
So if anybody's interested in becoming a selectman, budget committee,
When do they have to register?
they have
Next
from
Friday.
tomorrow till next Friday.
The 30th, January 30th.
And I have, taxes are due today. Hopefully everybody paid, right? I did want to ask you, did you get with Kate at all about the conservation computer?
I did, what's called, I emailed CCS
Okay.
with specs, so I'm just waiting to hear back. Okay. The other thing I was gonna bring up was that, what's called registration for candidates was gonna be open, so
Oh, perfect.
take care of.
Is it 2 on the POS and 2 on budget, or 1 on budget?
Nope, so budget's gonna be, I believe there's gonna be 3 on budget. There'll be, 2 on the BOS, and then I think it's 2 on the school board. I won't speak for it, but I think it's, and then they'll have their district clerk, their, treasurer, and their moderator.
There's a 1 and a 3.
They're all 3, no, they're all 1 year. The only ones that are 1, 2, and 3 years are the school board.
That's what I'm saying,
So
there's a 1 year on the school board and a 3 year on the school board.
maybe, I don't know, I just know
Yeah.
I think there's 2 openings on the school board.
And then budget and BOS in 1 year?
No, but.
BOS is 3.
BOS will be able for 3, and then this budget committee will be, I'll have to check with Roy, either like 2, 3 years and 1 year, because it's staggering like the board of selectmen, you can only have so many re-upping, so. But there's 3 positions for the budget committee.
All right.
And then there's the one that Linda posted about, right?
That's the resident checklist, that's open right now.
Oh, yes.
So,
Actually, budget committee members open
Yeah.
right now too.
alright,
We've
yeah,
had an opening.
but yeah,
Supervisor, the checklist is open now.
It's open.
Logan?
yeah,
Yeah. And
they're
actually,
looking for
the
one more
trust,
person.
and there is a trustee of the trust fund, that one will go be up for reelection this year as well, because that's a 3-year term.
When is the paperwork due for the veterans tax credit?
We can find that out. I don't know, I'll have to ask Robin. If you give me your name, I can get it back to you.
Steve LeBron, LUBRUN.
All right, we can find that. And we'll have, actually, I can have an answer for you next Monday's night's meeting. Does that work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We're gonna know the categories and the pricing too.
Oh, if you want, after the meeting, I can tell you what's gonna be on the, we're looking to increase them, and I can tell you what we're looking, well, what the assessing clerk has come up with, along with, went through and discussed it. And basically, it's the same as what was kind of presented last year, but the one article didn't pass because it ended up changing the purpose of the, article, and so DRA wouldn't accept it. But come see me after, and I can tell you what
No, I'm looking online, it says what's called the due by April 15th to have completed form documents to the assessing office.
Say that again?
April 15th to have completed form and documents to the assessing office.
There you go. And Robin is really good with, helping out with that process.
Alright.
Some time ago, we talked about putting in a dry hydrant in our pond. This is my stack of paperwork so far. And as usual, DES always requires one more form, one more document, so I'm still working on it. I have done a little research and found that there are 2 other workable, I believe, dry hydrants in town. My husband and I went to look at the one on Adams Way. It's not much more than a puddle in dry season. The pond that we're going to use for our dry hydrant is fed by springs. It is never dry. I think in our driest season, it has to drop more than a few inches. So you fill every fire truck for the next 50 miles or so from our pond and not run out of water. We're moving ahead slowly. I have some documents that I'm going to present to the Conservation Committee. One of the things that the DES would like to get, and if I don't get it for them, they will delay things, is to get a waiver of contention from the Conservation Committee. When I saw conservation on the agenda tonight, I just read it as thinking that they might be here. But I have a letter that proposing to them to sign, submit that with paperwork. I have a contractor who is he's convinced that he will have no problem at all putting in the hydrant. I just need to get the paperwork done. He even has an engineer who will help if we run into any engineering difficulties, but it looks like there's every possibility that we will have a dry hydrant for the fire department at the end of this, at least by fall.
Nice.
No.
Where will that be?
Sorry?
Where will that be?
So 117 New Portsmouth Road, there's a large stream-fed pond. One of the situations that has also been a bit of a delay, not much, but the entire pond is in conservation. So of course, in addition to the fact that it supplies all the water, it supplies a major amount of water for all the towns south of us. It also belongs to the Forest Society as far as monitoring the quality of it. We'll have a couple of hoops to jump through, but we'll get them done.
Joanne, the conservation's next meeting is February 10th.
Yes. That's the date of the letter I have for them to sign.
We just wanted to make sure you had the right date, that's all. Or knew when they were meeting.
Anybody else?
Do we know, I know it's always a different date, do we know when there's gonna be a meeting candidates night yet?
It hasn't been arranged yet. So, we'll be on the, once we figure out who we're after candidates, then we'll
If
set a
there's-
date.
If there's candidates that can't make it for the first, can there be an option for a second? And I know in the past years, it's almost always there's 1 or 2 people that can't make it.
I don't see why we can't take that into
Well, I was
consideration.
gonna say, I think we've done in the past is we've found like maybe 3 nights that might work, and then we ask everybody and trying to get the one where the most people can come. But I know we have looked at that, we've done that in the past, said this date, this date, this date, and then whichever one the majority could come, we do it then.
But we can also look into possibly
Yeah.
doing more than one if that
That's-
works
yeah.
for everybody, so. Alright. Anyone else? Okay.
I'll make a
Um,
motion.
That was Bonnie made the motion 7:21. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.